watching the Knox Pages.
You are watching the Knox Pages.
You are watching the Knox Pages Game of the Week.
All right, folks, welcome to this week's edition of the Knox Pages Game of the Week. My name is Grant Pepper. I'm out here in Danville with Blue Devil head coach Ed Honabarger and senior quarterback Charlie Cook. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the Blue Devils lost to Lucas on Friday, and they have Loudonville on Friday night. We'll be talking about that game later. But first, let's talk about the Lucas game. So lost 32-12. Coach, rough start offensively, I think, in the first half. 3 first downs, 2 turnovers. So kind of tell me, after looking at it on film, what you saw from that first half.
Just a lot of early mistakes. You can call it maybe first game jitters. Had a lot of kids starting for the first time on Friday night. We got better rhythm offensively in the second half, we felt, and just got to clean up a lot of little mistakes that are fixable.
And you know, for you, Charlie, you were one of those seniors, one of those players who started for the first time at quarterback on Friday. So kind of tell me what that felt like. Walk me through what it's like starting against Lucas in your first game under the lights.
It was pretty exciting, and I was a little overexcited in the beginning, and I really had to settle in there. I had those 2 early mistakes, but then as the game went on, I settled in, and we started fighting back in it.
Yeah, you guys got to within 6, I believe, right in the second half, and a couple big plays at the end for Lucas put out of reach. So, Coach, on the defensive side of the ball, what kind of did you guys struggle with on Friday?
Just allowed a couple big plays, special teams big play, and then their one running back, number 10, made a nice big gain. Sort of, I believe it was a third down play, and got a first down. Picked up like 35 yards down inside the 10. So, you know, just got to eliminate big plays and make them really grind it out and earn it against us.
Yeah. Charlie, you know, for you guys offensively, you did find some things in the second half, I think, even after a slow first half. So what did you guys find, and kind of how much more comfortable did you get as the game went along there?
We didn't really find anything new. We just sort of settled into the game better and started to compete better.
Okay. Coach, you know, obviously it's a tough loss in your first week, but it's a tough team to play with their experience. And what kind of things do you hope your team gains from a game like that in week 1?
Just, you're right. You know, Lucas has good experience, and so hopefully we're ready. Loudonville's the same type of team. They're a physical team. They're going to play smash mouth football. So hopefully we learn from last week what it's going to take to have a better performance this week.
So going into this week, Loudonville Redbirds, you guys will be on the road against them on Friday. And Coach, this is a school you guys used to play pretty much every year, right, until about 2017, just 16 miles away across the county line. So what do you remember about those matchups?
Loudonville's got tough kids. They're always well coached. You know, similar community, just a little bit bigger than ours. So, you know, a lot of our people, you know, work together with their people. So it's a good backyard rivalry. Nice to play them.
Yeah. And kind of tell me about this year's team from what you've seen from them on film after week 1. It was a tough loss for them, 2-point loss. So kind of what do you see from them?
They're a physical team, typical Kevin Maltrick team. He's going to play power football. They're going to play hard-nosed defense, and they're going to come right at you. They don't try to hide what they're going to do.
Yeah. From a defensive standpoint, this is a Loudonville team that likes to run the ball. I think they passed the ball 5 times last week, and their coach was talking about how the way Crestview stopped their inside run really impacted the game. So how do you guys plan to kind of approach it defensively, where you guys struggled against an inside run team like Lucas last week? What has to change this week?
We just got to be better at getting off blocks up front, swarming to the football. Now Lucas is sort of unusual because of that. I always call it a rugby scrum, and that's just that's hard to defend, and they're going to chunk you for some yardage. Now Loudonville, you know, uses a little bit bigger splits. They still want to run the ball between the tackles and play physical football, but it gives you a little bit more space to hopefully hit a gap and make some plays defensively.
And this will be a physical defensive team like you faced this Friday with Loudonville, Charlie. So offensively, what are some keys, what are some things you guys think you'll want to do on Friday against this team?
On Friday, we'll have to just execute and do what Coach tells us to do. I need to get my eyes where they need to be, and we just got to execute. That's pretty much it.
Coach, when we spoke before the season, you were talking about how when you play experienced teams like Loudonville, you want to get off to a good start and kind of hang in the game with them for as long as you can and make it close to the end. So how important is that on Friday on the road in an environment like that?
I think very important. You know, we need to play them even in the first half, if not outplay them, and then, you know, turn it on in the second half. I think that's probably true for any game against any team, but definitely on the road, you against the backyard rival, you got to keep it close and then hope you have that chance at the end.
And last thing, for you, Charlie, I mean, this is your senior year, and obviously you guys want to get off to a good start. Having lost last week, and last season you got off to kind of a slower start too. So how important is it for you guys to get right back on track this week on the road?
It's really important. We just got to bounce back and come out ready to play all 4 quarters on Friday.
All right, well, that's been this week's edition of the Knox Pages Game of the Week. Thanks, guys, for joining me, and good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Again, this was Knox Pages Game of the Week. My name is Grant Pepper. You can catch the Blue Devils on Friday at Loudonville at 7 p.m. kickoff. Again, thank you for watching. Enjoy Week 2, and we'll see you next week.